Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy EJ. What up? Before we get started, I have a quick question for you guys. Have you guys been experiencing a lack of growth? Have you been experiencing mood swings? Do you feel like you're not sleeping at night? Do you feel like you've been training hard but you don't see any results? And matter of fact, you are losing weight. If you answered yes, then you might be overtraining. So watch this video to the very end to find out how to fix it.
See forever.
We're going to be talking about overtraining. That's right, you might be doing it, so you want to tune in. So overtraining, my favorite topic. I don't know where to begin, but beforehand I want to be honest with you guys. This used to be me as well. Back in the days when I used to started training, I used to overtrain like crazy. I don't know what it is, but there's that notion in the bodybuilding world that the more is better. So the more you train, the more you're working those muscles, the more you're curling those biceps, the more you're bench pressing, the more your muscles gonna grow, you know what I mean? And in the fitness community, we all know, you're never satisfied, never be too happy. We're always seeking for more, and so, which can be a good and a bad thing, right? A good thing is that it basically shows your work ethic, right? Like if you can push yourself through overtraining, this shows how strong your mindset is. This shows how strong your work ethic is. And then on the other side is it can also be bad for you as well. The reason being is because you can be doing more damage than good, and I'm gonna explain it in a bit. Before we get going, I need you guys though to hit that bell, subscribe, like, comment, ask questions down below. Before I share with you what I did to help me fix my overtraining routine that I was doing, we are first going to start with what is overtraining, right? So overtraining is basically doing more than is necessary. An example of this could be like, let's say 12 reps, 3 sets is enough for a bench press, but instead of you doing 3 sets, you're doing 6 sets, and then instead of 12 reps, you're doing 15 reps. That's the sense of overtraining. Why? Because you are basically doing more than is required to activate growth, right? So a couple of examples. You could be overtraining as if you're experiencing these. So, lack of energy. Let's say throughout the day, you feel a little bit tired, you feel laggy, you know what I'm saying? The other one could be you're having difficulty sleeping at night, no matter what. And it's not just one night, it can be like a continuous of like days, you know what I mean? I used to have that too. I used to have like 2 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep a night, weeks and months, and it wasn't really good because your body requires that sleep. Your body requires not only to recover, but also to function. It's the rest period, it's the rest time, which is needed, right? So another way to tell if you are overtraining is just ask yourself, right? Let's say you started with a routine. Let's say you work out 5 times a week. Check, are you making progress? Do you feel like you're growing? Do you see any difference? If you answered no, then that is another clear sign of overtraining. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna say that basically one of these is important than the other, because they all are important. They all contribute to muscle growth. They all contribute to your body muscle growth. Other examples are depression. Be also an indication that you were overtraining. It can also affect you losing weight. If you feel like your weight is going down, and that's another example of overtraining. So how do we fix this? It's very simple. So the way we can fix this is you need to make sure, first of all, if you've been overtraining, you need to take time off. That's right, you heard me. Take time off. Take a week, 2 weeks. Let your body clock reset. Right? That's step number 1. Then step number 2, you need to change up your workout routine, change up the hours, change up the amount of exercise you're hitting. You know what I mean? And then so you get your full 8 hours, right? So I know it's hard to do, but you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So set a goal that you're gonna go to bed every day at 9 p.m. and stick with it, right? You're gonna go to the gym maybe 4 times a week, right? And you're gonna have 3 times rest days. And each time you go to the gym, maybe you're gonna spend only an hour there and out, right? So that's another example. The third step is to make sure you are getting full adequate amount of sleep at night, right? So hit that clock, set the timer, make sure you're not getting up. Another reason why overtraining can be bad for you is injuries. You're more prone to injuries if you're overtraining rather than when you're not, right? A good example for this for me was I used to overtrain my shoulders a lot just because I felt like they were small and I tried to grow them, but I thought overtraining was the smartest idea. So I was hitting shoulders probably 3 times a week, which was really bad on my rotator cuff, and I ended up injuring it, and I always ended up feeling such a sharp pain. So make sure you guys are not overtraining some certain muscles. Like there's some muscles that are quick to activate that don't need a lot of work, right? So if you look at it in the sense of biceps, right? Your biceps, when you're doing your pull movements, you're still hitting your biceps, right? So I see a lot of you guys still go to the gym, you train, let's say you do back, and then you spend another hour doing biceps. That's just very unnecessary. Why? Because you just hit your biceps, and then you're gonna go again and spend an extra hour just on biceps alone. That is not very smart, right? So you wanna change this for a better optimization, right? So what you can do is maybe you put back and biceps together, and then you train your back. As soon as you do your back, then maybe you do 2 or 3 exercises, and you do 10 to 12 reps each. And then after that, biceps are done, you leave biceps alone. I see you guys doing like 8, 10 sets, you know what I mean, 15, 20 reps. That is very unnecessary, right? Another example, your triceps as well, right? So you're already working out your chest. Your triceps are doing work into pushing, right? Not only chest, but also shoulders too. They're still doing a little bit of work, right? So maybe you want to combine your workouts with chest and shoulders and triceps, or maybe chest and triceps, shoulders and triceps. That way when you go hit the triceps, you don't need to spend too much extra time doing a lot of unnecessary sets, right? Because sometimes more is not better after all, right? Which now this is going to bring me to my next point, right? So I know we've already covered a lot of negatives regarding overtraining and stuff like that, but let's talk about the positives, right? So overtraining can be good for other muscles, right? Like for instance, let's talk about your calves, right? You're walking every day, you're running every day, your calves are getting targeted, right? So regular 3 sets, 12 reps each of working out your calves is not gonna cut it, right? Sometimes you do need to do that little bit overtraining on your calves to make them grow. And now this is okay, right? For small muscle groups like calves, maybe forearms, stuff like that, I feel like it's alright to overtrain. But for the bigger muscle group, they don't really need much to grow, just like your chest, your back, whatever. It is very unnecessary to overtrain. So I know this is very hard for you guys, right? Because a lot of you guys love training. I myself personally, I love to train. I love to work out. I love to be in the gym. I love the energy, the vibe. So sometimes I will be doing more, but it's not like I meant to do more. You know what I mean? I just love to work out, right? So this makes me get sidetracked, and I end up sometimes overtraining certain muscles more than I should to. I mean, I've been getting a lot better lately because I've been writing all my workouts down. I've been making sure I'm staying consistent with my set reps and my sets and everything. So that's another good example for you guys, right? So if you want a way to help you guys stay focused and stay on track, so you're not overtraining, I'd suggest to you guys is to get a notebook. Bring a notebook or a notepad, whatever, to the gym, and basically have all the workouts you're gonna do, have them written down, have how many sets you're gonna do, and have how many reps you're gonna do, and then start training. Right when you complete the first set, check it off. Second set, check it off. Third set, check it off. And then that way it will help you to stay on track, and it'll help you not to get out of focus, right? Another important tactic I want to give you guys is make sure you're always counting your reps, and make sure you're always counting your sets, right? So if you get to a machine, you're like 3 sets of this, 12 reps of these, make sure you're counting those reps one by one. I know a lot of people don't like to count reps or whatever, and that's another example of why this can lead to overtraining. When you're not counting, you don't know how much you've hit. You don't know if you've hit maybe 8 reps, you don't know if you hit 20 reps, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is very hard to monitor that, right? So make sure you're always writing everything down, and make sure you're always checking. And it's like all science, you know what I'm saying? This is like a whole science experiment. So make sure you guys are like fully focused, right, when you're doing this, because at the end of the day, I know you guys want to get big, I know you guys want to get toned, lean, you guys want to build muscles, right? So overtraining is not smart as you think it is, right? So yeah, guys, you want to be working smarter and not harder. Working hard is good for other things, but in terms of this, you want to be smart, you want to be productive, you want to be efficient, right? You want to grow, right? And that's what we're there for, right? So why do you need to do more than is necessary for growth, right? But then here's for you other guys, right? So if you guys feel like your body is growing from overtraining, and I'm not telling you guys to stop, by no means, keep doing what you're doing, right? But this is for the majority of the people, right? If you feel like you're not growing, you're moody, you're not getting sleep, if you feel like, you know what I mean, you get a lot of injuries, painful, you know what I mean, these are for you guys to take it easy. This is a sign, this is the way your body is telling you to basically slow down, relax, reevaluate everything, take 2 steps back, 1 step forward, you know what I mean? Oh, right. So as you guys all know, if you guys train too much, you exceed your body's ability to recover, right? So what this means is basically everyone's body has a recovery rate, right? So the more you're overtraining, the more you're pushing your body, the harder it's becoming for it to recover. That's why for everyone who has been training for 2 to 3 years and so, it's very important to get more rest periods. Just because now it's becoming harder for your body to grow, right? Because it's so advanced, because you pushed it beyond limits. So this is where rest is very important. So I'm gonna repeat it again, guys. Rest is very important, right? So don't neglect that. So you guys know that your body is a vehicle, right? And you don't want to destroy that vehicle, right? You want to treat it with care. Because let me tell you this, if you guys don't look after your body, then it's not going to look after you. That's right. We depend on our body for a lot of things. So you guys don't want to injure it, you don't want to harm it in any way. Treat your body with precious care, take care of yourself, you know what I mean? So this means sleep, eat good, train good, train efficient, train smart. It needs around 24 to 48 hours to recover, right? So this means that if you guys are training, let's say your biceps every day or your chest every day, that is overtraining. Stop that right now, right? You need to give each body break. I'd say 2 to 4 days is good for that to fully recover, and you can hit it again. And another thing is, guys, don't be going heavy every day. I see a lot of you guys do this, right? So there's 2 sets of training, right? There's high intensity, high weight, and then there's like high intensity, low weight, more volume, right? So this means that if you guys are training heavy, going excessively heavy, You can't be doing that every day. This is not only going to affect your joints, but this is also going to affect your ability to recover. This is going to also make you more prone to injuries, right? So you guys want to be changing your workout here and there, right? So let's say maybe for 5 months you're going to do a certain type of workout which involves low weight, more volume, and then the other 5 months you're going to do high weight, less volume, right? So that's another form you can be training, right? So don't be doing like heavy lifting, or don't be doing heavy lifting 365 days a year. Like, that is very ridiculous, guys. You know what I'm saying? So that is it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the message. I hope you guys are going to follow this, because I want to see you guys grow. I want to see you guys prosper. So hit that bell, share, like, and leave comments. Tell me what you're going to do to help you not overtrain. I want you guys to comment that down below as well. What are you gonna do right now that's gonna help you not overtrain at the gym? Comment.